He knew. He knew, but still he went to where so many would ignore his ministry. There were those that tried to discredit or explain away his miracles, to where countless multitudes would ignore his perfect love. No one in all of human history would give more, except for perhaps the Father who gave him his only Son. You see, it was the Father who asked and the Son who obeyed. And by comparison, really, how little is asked of us. Just listen, receive and believe, turn away from who you were, go and tell others. He knew. He knew, but still he went to where he would be betrayed by one closest to him. But we've betrayed him too. To where those in positions of power would scheme against him, and yet to this very day, those in high places would scheme to diminish or disrupt his power and presence in and among us. His body of flesh and bone was beaten and ripped and spat upon, but today do our affronts pain him any less? He was teased and mocked and laughed at, but do we offend him so differently? He knew. He knew, but still he went to share a meal with and wash the feet of the one who would give him up. What do we exchange for him? I don't know about you, but I know for me, my cost, my price, my 30 pieces of silver is often far more meager. Some sense of convenience or a creature comfort. Do I put them in a box so I don't rock the boat? Do we leave them out of the workplace so we don't make waves? He knew. He knew, but still he went to stand in front of his accuser silent. Do we ever accuse him? Do we blame him or question him? Do we ever think that we know better? He knew. When the truth of Jesus is staring us right in the face, do we ever just throw up our hands, say, is that really the truth? And then wash our hands of him and send him off? Please listen to me when I tell you, we are no better than those that punched him, that beat him with rods. The sin that stained us makes us of the very same cloth as those that ripped the flesh from his back and plunged thorns into his brow. He knew. He knew, but still he went. To stand utterly humiliated in front of a crowd as they accepted a criminal back into their presence instead of him. Who do we accept? Do we listen to the advice or the words of some self-stylized guru, a specialist, a celebrity, or a politician? How often, when given the chance to accept Jesus, do we not choose him? The most arduous trek in all of human history lay before him. Pain more devastating than any spawned by the sinful mind of man lay in wait atop Golgotha. Hatred, humiliation, and hubris all had their sights set on Jesus. Soon, total abandonment would leave him utterly alone and forsaken. He knows. He knows, but still he went. From the time of Adam until that day, and still until now, he is mocked. Nails are driven into his hands and into his feet as his sacrifice is lifted to heaven for all to see. He knows. He knows, but still he went. Even then, there were those that didn't see it. Still today, there are those who haven't heard about it, and countless others who don't know him. But he knows. He knows, and so he went. Then and there, here and now, Jesus offers himself to each and every one of us. After all that he sacrificed, will you accept him? He knows. He knows, and so he goes.